Right, well I haven't done a video for a while. It's been around the Christmas holiday period, and it's been quite hot and sultry as well, so I've been staying out of the garage. But what I've done inside, with the benefit of the air conditioning, is a couple of little templates that I've planned to make some parts or fabricate some parts that I don't have. Now the first of these was the heat shield behind the carburetors, which I didn't have, and I know you can buy them online for about $140 or so, but I thought at that price it'd be worth having a go at making it. Didn't look all that complicated. So what I did, I found a fairly flat photograph of the heat shield in question and took a picture of it and printed it out on the printer. Obviously that photograph's too small, and my A4 size paper certainly not big enough to do an actual size printing, although I could have resized the actual photo up to the exact size. So what I did, based on the size of the inlet hole there, which I know is 1.5 inches on the manifold, I took a measurement with the calipers and just put it out on some paper, and then I measured the 1.5 inches, and with a tape measure I was able to determine that hole there was 7/8 of an inch against the proper size of 1.5 inches, which is for all intents and purposes 12/8. So what I then knew was we had a ratio of 12 to 7, so I was able to, on that basis, scale up the actual template in accordance with that ratio. So when we turn it over, we've got the inlet manifold holes drawn there. This is the area that the insulation material goes to, and I've laid it up against the carburetor inlet manifold and the carbies, and from going by other pictures that I've looked at, it all seems to be pretty right, pretty much in scale. So what I'm going to do now is cut a piece of sheet metal based on that template and dress it up and put the inlet manifold holes in. This edge around here is turned up just 1/8 of an inch or so to give it a little bit of strength. So I'll cut that out now and see how we go with that one. Another little job on a piece that I didn't have as well, if I can find it, is the little bracket that holds the accelerator cable and choke cable in place at around the carburetor linkage area. Now that's a little bracket that gets folded up on an angle. So similar sort of a process from pictures and guesswork, I guess. I managed to make up that little template, and I'll also cut that one out. I've got it marked out just here on the edge, so I can cut that out as well. It actually has, for some reason, a little double reinforcing plate in that area, and another little piece there, something to do with the choke cable. So I'll cut that one out as well, and I'll give you a look at the finished result. Another little one that I need to fabricate is this little piece here that goes down in underneath in the transmission tunnel area. It provides some sort of reinforcing around the area of the handbrake. I only had one of those, so I've also roughly marked out the basis for making that one as well, so I'll cut that out as well while we've got the cutting wheel in action, and go from there. Well, I might as well cut this little fabrication job out here while I'm at it. This is a spanner I'm going to make for the hub nuts on the half shafts of the rear axle. They're an octagonal shaped nut which need some sort of a specialised socket to remove them. Now you can buy these around about $100 or so for a pretty simple socket. I thought was quite outrageous. So I'm going to attempt to make one of these. I have seen a few different versions of it that people have had a go at, but what I'm going to do is just make a flat, basically spanner. That's a 6mm piece of steel which I've marked out from the pattern I've made here. That's the nut sitting on the part to be cut out. So I've marked that out, I've had that sitting on there. I'm going to cut that out with the cutting wheel on the angle grinder. That's going to take a bit. And then what I'll do is I'll drill a round hole there and hand file it out to the shape of the nut. So hopefully that'll all work out. It's going to be a bit of an effort cutting that 6mm piece of steel with the cutting wheel, but we'll just take it slowly and should get a result with that okay. Right, well that's got all those bits all there now, cut out roughly, just need finishing off. The big thick bit for the spanner took a while, but got there in the end. So I've just got to finish those off, and I'll show you what they all turn out like when that's all done. But yeah, pretty happy with that progress on these additional minor fabrications that I've decided to do. So we'll give it a break for the day now and get these finished at some stage and wrap that one up.